So this movie's about as good as I think they could have ever made it. I don't know if there's a way you can take this plot and make it like any worse or any better than they did. They did like a fine job with what they had. The idea for this movie is already pretty fucking stupid, like Freddy versus Jason. I mean, if you take like the Alien versus Predator movies, for example, and you compare the two, this movie's leagues ahead. Personally, I thought this movie is so much better. The plot with the mental hospital and why they're keeping them there, I think was actually a pretty interesting idea, and how they tied Jason and Freddy into the same world, how Freddy needs to like regain his power, so he basically entices Jason to just go kill a bunch of fucking people. The town thinks it's Freddy, so by Freddy spreading fear through his name, he then regains his power enough to eventually come back, but it also kind of backfires on him because Jason starts taking his kills, and then that's ultimately why they fight. The kills in this movie they're alright. I mean, there was like one of the first kills in the movie. The two characters just got done doing their thing, and Jason walks into the bedroom and like stabs him like 40 fucking times, and then for no reason at all, like he's already dead, he just like splits the mattress in half, and it's the goofiest fucking thing I've ever seen. This movie also came out in like the early 2000s, so of course there's gonna be like a stoner character, and the interaction this character has like this really fucking goofy CGI, like it's almost like a Cheshire cat from Alice in Wonderland, but it's a fucking it's ripping a toke from a bong. Yeah, that kill is really fucking stupid, but I laughed, so it was enjoyable. Also, I think my favorite character in this movie is Mark, who's played by Brendan Fletcher, and his death is actually, it's pretty goofy too. I enjoyed that one. Like Freddy like burns Freddy is back into his literal back. I don't know if that was like a pun or they thought they were doing something there, but it just did not hit as well as I think they meant it to. It was really goofy, but I mean I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. So like, was the story any good? I mean, it's a Freddy vs. Jason movie, so there's not a lot you can do with that concept, but I think I already explained a little bit, but I think with what they actually did was pretty good. Like I don't think I could have come up with that, you know. I'm not a fucking Hollywood writer, but I think the story that they actually came up with entertained me throughout the whole movie, so at least there's that. Like I wasn't bored or sleeping because the story was fucking ass. So the official synopsis, so I keep this kind of brief, is the film revolves around Freddy using Jason as a pawn to incite fear in the young people of Springwood again after they've forgotten about him. Jason, however, wants to rack up his own body count and does so without considering Freddy, which makes the dream demon quite upset. So Freddy devises a plan to sedate Jason into unconsciousness in order to battle him to the death. The main purpose, anybody actually watch this movie, honestly thought it was alright. I mean, there were some funny moments, like where Freddy's like cutting the ends off these like air canisters and it shoots Jason in the air, and that was so funny. And I mean, they go at it for like probably like 15-20 minutes, and I kind of felt like the makers of the movie were kind of pussyfooting around, and they didn't want there to be a clear winner, which I thought was fucking stupid. Like there should have been a clear winner. Nobody dies in the end. I mean, Jason cuts Freddy's head off, but at the end he winks at the camera, so it's like, okay, well, fuck me, I guess it didn't matter. They're both alive, so I thought they were kind of being pussies a little bit, but it was entertaining. Like the fight had some good sequences, and I think that's where most of the budget went. That's really something I've been saying a lot about this movie, is that it's bad, but like in a good way. Like I was entertained, and it really kept me there throughout the whole movie, even though, I mean, the acting was fine. The CGI was okay, except for the weird worm stoner thing. That was horrible. And I think if you're a fan of either of the franchises here, like Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday, you'll probably enjoy this movie. It's a fun watch if you're into the characters and you just want to see people basically die in stupid ways. And, you know, if you just like horror slasher movies, I recommend it. I give it like a 6 out of 10.